Young J-A-C-K-A-K-A, Rico like Suave, young Enrique, speaking at AKA. She's an alpha, but not around your boy. She get quiet around your boy. Hold on, don't know what you heard or what you thought about your boy, but they lied about your boy. Going dumb and it's something idiotic about your boy. She wearing cheetah print, that's how bad she won't be spotted around your boy.
I don't like no whips and chains, and you can't tie me down, but you can whip your lovin' on me, baby. Whip your lovin' on me.
I'm vanilla, baby. I'll you, but I ain't no killer, baby. She 28, telling me I'm still a baby. I get love in Detroit like Skilla, baby. And the thing about your boy is I don't like no whips and chains, and you can't tie me down.
Now from the riverfront of the Ohio, sellout crowd has arrived at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. The final 2 weeks of the regular season are upon us, and off we go on EA Sports. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Opening carry of the game for the speedster, Devon Achane. Now, a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. Right away, they're coming after him, and they get him. A sack on the opening snap of the game.
Mike, you said it. You mentioned just how loud it was, the energy in this building leading up to the opening kickoff. And with a sack like that on the first play of the game, this crowd's only going to get louder. And, man, we could feel it all the way up here in the booth.
That's taken in by Achane.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Not the sharpest of starts on offense. Here an early 3rd and long. To throw is Purdy. One into the hands of Hill. A pretty good comeback, to say the least. Not enough for a first down, but a really solid pickup. And it brings us to 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
On the ground for the first time, here comes Jonathan Taylor. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
On 1, ready?
2nd and 7.
Here we go. 12, 12, 12.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. 18 yards on the connection. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
11, 11, 11.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That one, taken in, middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. His 6th touchdown now for the season. No problem there on the extra point, and the Bengals will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Now the former Texas A&M Aggie. Here's Devon Achane. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds. Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Devon Achane coming out of the backfield. And that'll set up 4th down.
His offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. They can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes. It's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
That's going to be caught. And this is not going to be enough. He is short of the marker. And they have turned it over on down.
Gun. Cut. 11 MT. 11 MT. 180. 180.
A 1st down throw for Burrow. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
On the ground, it's Taylor. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their 37-yard line.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
That's complete. It's Jalen Waddle.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. Sending it deep for Waddle. That is brought in. And he will score. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. On the return is Rodgers. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Here we go. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 MT.
The motion
11
man
MT.
is Raymond.
11 MT. 11 MT.
On first down, Burrow. A throw on the move is caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
11.
Now a whistle. Looks like there was movement on the left side of that offensive line.
Here we go. 11.
It's the tight end Likely in motion.
11. Dot.
Burrow here on second down. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with it.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
That's to the sideline and pulled in by Smith.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. Dot.
Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. The pressure gets there, and he goes down. A sack that should be the final play of this first quarter. So that'll bring up fourth down, and here comes the veteran Bradley Pinion to punt it away. And back deep is Quez Watkins. He'll take this in back at the 16. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll go play action. Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it'll bring up second down.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
Achane, a first down, and then some. Gets to the edge at the 30. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 78 yards. Touchdown, Miami. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return is Rodgers. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
I'm one, ready?
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Get set. Thomas. Stop.
Here's Burrow. Gonna get that complete to DeMar Chase. Give him 14 on that play. One first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Here we go. 12.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. Throwing right, it's taken in. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is
back to the sideline and intercepted.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
And this ball batted away and incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with it.
And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone, and that is a safety. So first, the decision to throw down here backed up near your own goal line, and the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Here we go.
They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And a short pickup, too, about the 42-yard line. Second down and 8.
11. 11 mighty. 11. Stop.
Now, Burrow. A throw on the run is complete. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7?
MT, take. Here we go. 11 mighty. 11 MT. 11 MT. Stop.
To throw is Burrow. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
Burrow now to throw on 1st down. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Now a loose football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
They'll throw now, 3rd and forever. Taking a shot downfield for Smith.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Shotgun snap to Purdy. That's taken in by Achane. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. First and 10. Purdy. Oh, he's going to find his running back downfield. And he will go all the way. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Miami. That touchdown number 30 on the year, one shy of LaDainian Tomlinson's record of 31 touchdowns set back in 2006. The extra point is good. And the Dolphins add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return is Rodgers. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11. Shot.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
11, 11, 11. Shot.
Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. Quick throw here is complete. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
There's not a lot to this route. Man coverage, and you got a drag route. Give them a little something off the line and go. Win with speed. Good, accurate ball on the front shoulder pad allows him to pick up the rest after the catch and leads to a big game.
And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, I think by now, Mike, we know where the biggest mismatch of this game has been. This defense is all over this passing game. Everywhere they look, they have defenders in the right spot. They've resulted now in 3 interceptions, all while forcing this offense to try to adjust their game plan on the fly.
To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Dolphins. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. a third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11. 11 mighty, 11 mighty.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Open man, downfield, Chase has it. And he's going to take this one all the way. 72 yards. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The PAT, up and good. And the Bengals are able to cut into the deficit. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10. Watkins motioning over. On 1st and 10, it's Purdy. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Purdy. He'll air this one out for Watkins. A dive, and he's got it. What an effort. What a catch. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Purdy now on 2nd down. He's going to look deep for Tyreek. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. 1st down sack. 2nd down big play attempt falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve, as we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
11 MT, 11 MT. Behind.
They go play action for Burrow. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
All All right, Mike, you know me. I tend to be an offensive guy, so if we're taking a big shot to start this half, I'm thinking touchdown. But rather, we go interception to begin the second half. Now, still an exciting play. I think we're going to see both sides willing to continue to take these risks, take these chances throughout the rest of this second half.
That is caught left side by Waddle. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Off the play fake, Purdy. And he'll take it on in. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. Numbers 17 and 18 on the year. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Couldn't take the chance. They're going to return it from the goal line. And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop.
On 1, ready?
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11. Stop.
Now, Burrow. That's dropped off for Moss. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
They face 2nd down and 7.
Let's get set.
Man in motion is Smith.
Stop.
Burrow here on 2nd down. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Twelve. Here we go.
Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. Open man, left side. He's got it. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
Anytime you're playing zone defense and everybody's eyes are on the quarterback, it's really easy to lose sight of some of the receivers. That's exactly what happened here. He started all the way on the far side of the field and worked his way across. Found a soft spot in the zone, and the quarterback's able to put it on him.
On 2.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Here we go. 11, Thomas. 12.
It's the tight end Likely in motion.
12. Stop.
2nd down, Burrow. To the tight end Likely. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will.
11.
They get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go. 12. 11, Thomas. 11, Mighty. Stop.
Burrow. He'll get this complete. It's Moss. And he's into the end zone. Zach Moss. Touchdown, Bengals. Now the try for an extra point. He's got it. And the Bengals are able to edge a bit closer. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a third down. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 74 yards. Touchdown, Miami. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return is Rodgers. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
Gun. Cut.
On first down, they'll start with Taylor. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's get set. 11 MT. Cut.
Burrow now. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. Good work on the ground. He's got it. First down. Up at about the 42.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Play action now. It's Burrow. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
You know, Mike, the one thing that we used to say is it didn't matter how good you were or how long you played. Eventually, you're just going to have one of those days, and I think for this quarterback, he's got to be able to move on from this pretty quickly because this is about as bad a day in the office as you can imagine. This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
On 2nd down, Purdy. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So often we see when those balls get deflected up into the air, they usually turn into interceptions. I think the offense dodged a bullet here, and they're fortunate there was nobody in the area who come down with that pick.
And he'll work his way down to the 32-yard line, and that is enough for a first down. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. A ball deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. Next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
A running back that can be used in the passing game is a handful for these defenses. And you can tell this offense, they're not shy getting this guy the ball. And I think the rest of this game, they're going to continue to see, hey, defense, do you have an answer for this guy?
This one complete to Watkins. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Again in the air for Purdy. And he's going to be taken down, a sack on what likely will wrap up play in this third quarter. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Dolphins. 3 touchdowns for him now in this one. And he's up to 10 on the year. Extra point attempt still to come. He's got it. And the Dolphins will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Bengals 23.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return is Rodgers. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
11, 11, 11. Dot.
Back to throw, Burrow. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. 3rd and 6.
Let's get set.
Man in motion is Smith.
11, 11, 11. Dot.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. Coming open, that's the tight end Likely. He is in. Isaiah Likely. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. This will pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, ready?
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. And a minimal gain here, only to about the 31. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go, set.
Throwing is Purdy. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On 3rd down, it's Purdy. He's going to let this one go deep. That is hard. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. In trouble.
Guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page, and we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Go.
Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
3rd and long. Here's Purdy. He's got it at about the 8. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. It's the linebacker, Jermaine Pratt.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They go play action for Burrow. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's taken down up past the 35.
This is a tail takeaway, fumble or interception. The ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the...
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Here we go.
Man in motion is Smith.
12, 12, 12. 11, Thomas. Side.
Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Side.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
On 1, ready?
1st and 10 now from the 36.
12. Here we go, here we go. Side.
Throwing is Burrow. He'll tuck it and take off. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
Mike, this is an impressive run, especially considering the fact it was zone coverage. That's a lot of defenders with eyeballs in the backfield focused on the quarterback. So to be able to escape the pocket and pick up good yardage, really good play.
On first down, Burrow. Passing right side, and Chase has it. And he's going to be out of bounds as the clock will stop. It would have stopped anyway as we've hit the 2-minute warning. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
11. 11. God!
There's a run out of the gun with Moss. And he will score. Zach Moss. Touchdown, Bengals. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close.
As the kicks away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. Trying to bounce that outside. It went a long way for a gain of nothing.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
Once again, it's Achane. And he's near the first down, stopped a little short of the 40. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Geno Stone that time, all over him in coverage.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That is brought in. So maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a
And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Extra point try forthcoming. It's up and through. And the Dolphins are going to extend their lead.
Bengals 37.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return is Rodgers. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
On 1, ready?
Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The motion man is Raymond.
Here we go. God!
Burrow now to throw on 1st down. This one deep downfield for Chase. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
Watkins motioning over. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. They continue to add points. Greg, very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the 4th.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
The extra point, up and good. And the Dolphins tack on one more to their lead.
Bengals 37.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return is Rodgers. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Shot.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. Now he takes off.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Come on, ready?
2nd and 7.
Here we go. Shot.
Here's Burrow. Open man, downfield, Chase has it. And it's going to be some points here at the finish line. This is a touchdown. They have fought till the end, but still will come up short. The final act now of this football game, the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Bengals are able to cut into the deficit. So a win here for the visiting Dolphins. They're able to erase the memories from a week ago, a game they really did struggle in. It looked like a different group here as they respond with a solid victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.